Does face yoga actually create more wrinkles? I've seen this fear stop so many people from even trying that we need to know the truth. So let's break down the science behind it and what can cause more wrinkles when you work with your face. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Rina. I'm 28 years old. I've studied how face yoga and posture work impact your face, how it looks, and the overall health around it to create effective routines and give you as many tips as possible to make all of this super easy to understand. Okay, let's get straight to the point. Yes, face yoga can cause more wrinkles, but only when you do it wrong. Don't worry, I'm gonna show you what wrong looks like, why it can happen, and how to avoid it completely. So, where does this myth come from? Actually, it comes from something pretty real and logical. We all know that repeated scrunch, pull, or tension will deepen expression lines. Think about the frowning lines between your eyebrows or the crow feet. They happen because you keep doing the same expression and movement over and over. That's how it is. The problem is not the movement itself. Moving your face is actually healthy. The problem is how you move. If you're tugging at your skin, pulling everything downward, holding extreme expressions for a long time, yes, over time you could be reinforcing the exact lines you're trying to reduce. And we don't want that. Nobody wants that. But also, let's not forget that a part of face yoga, face massage, and facial expressions, a lot of other things are contributing to create premature wrinkles. So make sure you take care of all of those aspects too, because you could be doing the most perfect movements in your face yoga routine, but destroying everything with those bad habits next to it. Let's see what are the main causes of premature wrinkles. Number one, sun damage. UV exposure will bring down collagen and elastin in your skin. That is the main driver of wrinkles. That's not a surprise. We know that for years, but still, I know a lot of you are going out in the sun without your daily SPF moisturizer. So please don't forget to protect your skin. Number two, dehydration. All right, that's pretty basic. Sun, water, yes, but it is basic human needs. And we know in this society that we totally tend to forget them. Being correctly hydrated will improve your skin texture like crazy, crazy. Believe me. You can try all the serums, all the creams, all the massages in the world. If your skin is not hydrated from the inside, it will show. You will lose tons of money, tons of time, and energy. You know what? Drink a glass of water right now. I'm gonna do it too. Number three, sleep position. Yes. It follows the logic we had earlier about repeating same movements and expressions in the face. If you sleep on your side or with your arms around your face, it means your face is being scrunched for 6 to 8 hours or more every day, and that's a lot. It's not necessarily the side position, because you can be sleeping on your side and still having your face facing a little bit upward. You're not gonna get scrunched, but if you sleep with your face like this, it will probably do some damage over time. Number four is, of course, all the bad habits that will impact not only your face but your overall health the more you do them, like smoking or drinking alcohol. I don't think I have to explain why, but it's gonna destroy your skin texture, make you dehydrated, so obviously not good for the skin and your whole body basically. So, of course, those are big factors. And last but not least, we obviously have the genetics, because everyone is different, everyone comes from a different place. You will obviously not age the same as your neighbor, or maybe you're not gonna age the same as your mother or your father, but your DNA is made in some way that is unique, and there's some aspect of you that you can obviously not change. So you cannot really act on that part, but improving all the other points will definitely make a difference on your situation. Let's go back to face yoga. So first, what face yoga should do for you if it's done correctly? It will obviously release the tension, all the daily tension that you hold in your face when you're doing expressions, when you're talking, when you're eating. Your muscles are working all day long, and releasing them will give you a slimmer look and more definition in your features. Next to that, it will obviously improve blood circulation and lymphatic lymphatic circulation that will improve skin texture, create a better flow of those fluids in your body so the toxins can be eliminated correctly and enough oxygen can be running into your skin. And on top of that, you can add some strengthening exercises. We mostly use those exercises to enhance the cheekbones, for example, to create a little bit more volume there, and tons of other exercises you can do after relaxing your muscles. The combination of both practices will improve how your face looks with time and consistency. But the key is to do it correctly without adding more tension or too much skin pulling. So now what wrong looks like. Let me show you what I mean by that. The first example we can use is the direction. All the movements needs to be done in a certain direction. That is for a reason. We want to create a natural lift. Lift meaning going upward. So if during your massage you're massaging downward and pulling the skin down, you will go against that movement and actually reinforce the sagginess of your skin and muscles. What we don't want to do basically is go against gravity, not towards it. So one of the examples we see often is during the masseter massage. So there's multiple ways to massage it, but one of them is starting from here and going all the way up there, doing circular motion to follow the angle of the jaw. So if you go like that, it's totally fine. But if you start here and go down, you immediately feel your cheek being pulled down. So in the moment you think you're only massaging the muscle, that is true, but you're also creating tension in the opposite direction on your cheek. So make sure to always work upwards. Same for the jawline sculpt. If you go down, you will push all the skin and the sagginess back here. Same for the eyes area. Most of the massages are going that way or lifting upward. Most of the deep massages movements are going upward. You can totally find downward movements, but they will be lighter. It will be more for lymphatic drainage or lymphatic activation, where it's not a deep massage, it's just a little brushing skin movements. So you're not applying pressure, so actually going down will not pull the skin down. It's just to activate the surface. So be careful not to mix the two, because especially for the neck, I tend to massage up or down sometimes, and even for lymphatic drainage, you can have movements going up and then going down into the termini, which is here. So obviously you have to go down, but it's not a big pull down, it's just a little brushing movement. And those light movements will not create more wrinkles. Another mistake you can be doing is with the pressure. In the beginning, it's hard to know what is good pressure, because if it's too light, it's going to be great for your lymphatic, for a little activation, but you're not going to work on the deep muscles, and the relaxation will not be as important as it should. And if you are working too hard, you can actually get injured or create more tension on your muscles. The key here is to find a little resistance in your skin that is not extreme. Don't forget to always work on your face with your daily moisturizer applied or a light facial oil to keep the skin resistance, but not to work on dry skin, because that way your hands will not glide on the skin, it will pull too hard and then create tension and possibly more wrinkles. Also will not feel good at all. I personally use my daily moisturizer after doing my skincare routine, or when I'm doing my face yoga routine outside of my skincare moment. I'm using the Melvita jojoba oil. It's for the face and body. When I use the oil, I always use a tiny amount because I don't want the skin to be too glidey, because there's going to be no resistance at all. So you just need to find a good in between, the pressure that works for you, and depending on how tense your muscles are, you will have to adapt it and maybe start with lighter pressure to avoid getting hurt. And with time, when the muscles are more relaxed, you can add a little bit more and see how your face reacts. You should not see bruises or marks appearing. You will obviously see a little bit of redness because we're just massaging the tissues. But if you have big bruises appearing or marks, stop your practice and try to see if it's your pressure that it's too hard, or if you have any skin or medical conditions, maybe ask the advice of a doctor about practicing face yoga. And the last point that is really important is during your practice and also outside of your practice, it means your daily life, is your expression awareness. If you find yourself frowning for no reasons during the day, like looking at your phone or working, try to be as aware of it as possible. I talked about this with the posture too. It's also really important for the face, because how many times you're just chilling on your couch and you find yourself clenching your jaw like super hard or frowning and like, whoa, what's going on? Like, I'm just watching my show, everything is fine, and you've been doing that for hours without noticing. This is also like repeated expressions and tension that will cause deeper wrinkles. So during your daily activities, try to ask yourself if you're holding tension somewhere in your face and relax it. Of course, we want to keep our natural facial expressions. That's what makes us being us, like how you react, how you talk, but try to be aware of those. And with doing that all the time, in a few weeks or months, your body will start doing it automatically without you having to think about it. And that's the goal. So you can be chilling without having to worry about being in tension or not. So in conclusion, if you're doing your face yoga routine correctly, with relaxed muscles, upward movements, adapted pressure, the risk of creating wrinkles is extremely low. In fact, you're more likely to reduce tension lines, improve blood and lymph circulation, and all of that will give you a more defined and sculpted look. But if you have existing deep wrinkles, face yoga will not erase them. It will reduce the appearance, it will improve the skin texture, prevent new ones from forming. But visible change needs consistency. You cannot undo years of tension with just a 5-minute practice from time to time. You have to stick to it every day for a few weeks, a few months, depending on your age, on your past, on your situation, before you noticing visible results. But it will happen. The best way to keep track of the result and stay motivated is to take pictures. On the first day where you start your practice, take a picture of you from the front, from the side, from the other side, different lighting, maybe a video, and do the same after 2 or 3 weeks into your practice to see how your face and skin texture changed. That will keep you motivated because there's probably going to be some changes. And if you want a more structured routine, don't forget my complete 10% ritual guide, which is my 10-minute face yoga routine plus my 10-minute posture correction routine that got me the results I had in only 3 weeks. But it's not magical. I did it every day. I did not miss one day for 3 weeks, and I still do it daily now. So of course you need discipline, but that's totally worth it. You can find the guide in the description below. Also, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Subscribe if you like this content, and we'll see each other soon. Bye.